Hey, sports fans, welcome back. Uh, I'm back in the podcast tonight. This is a recording of, unfortunately, we have bad weather, so I took the time before the bad weather gets down here. We have a lot of storm here in Savannah. I hope you guys are having a great Thursday night. Once again, I'm going to go with the Tua Tagovailoa, the way they're mocking him, and I'm going to finish with this one. This is actually the third part. I did part one and part two. This is part three. Listen, they can say whatever he wants, man. The guy's a winner, and I'll leave it to that. I was looking at the Dolphins schedule. I was looking at, which is still early. 2 weeks from now, we have training camp, and I'm looking at their roster. And listen, guys, Mika trade, I give Miami the advantage, even though it's early. Once again, defensive front, Sealer, when signed, when he gets his contract extended. Chubbs, Chop, Robinson, Phillip. Listen, they're going to give trouble up front. I think this team, once again, will be a top 5 defense. You might say we might need a cornerback, a cornerback, not a quarterback, a cornerback. So if we could get one, and anything can happen, guys. There's good ones out there, but if they could get one the moment they start releasing players in preseason, because that's another thing we have to watch, the moment they start releasing players and Miami start picking players. And listen, I don't think they're bad at all, as people think they are. We got to give players chances, man. You could say, well, this guy gave me a better chance to win, or this guy gives me a better chance, if I could trust them. But listen, I was looking at their roster. They got a pretty decent roster in the defensive side. Going back to the offensive side, I'm going to say it again. Sign your second round pick. Sign them. Get them ready for the season. I think Patrick Paul is going to have a good year. I believe he's going to have a breakout year. Brewer, in the middle of the center, I think he's going to be great. Protect Tua, man. Listen, I saw Tariq Hill on the podcast show talking about, we're going to beat the Buffalo Bills twice this year. We're going to take the AFC East. He said there's a different thing in Miami. It's a different culture in Miami now. And like I say, I'm going to say it again. The culture of Miami is if you don't want to play for this team, we don't need you. That's me. I could be wrong. That's my culture, by the way. And I don't say this in the wrong way. Why I believe Miami's going to be good. Now I can't predict records. I gotta wait to preseason. I have to wait to training camp, because there when you see injuries and you see players that try to recover to begin the new season, and healthy, and they can take it to the next level. Tua goal this year, trust me, everybody says just win a playoff game. See, I don't think that's the goal of the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphin goal is we're gonna go all out. We're gonna try to win this year, regardless. Looking at the schedule, guys. Looking at the schedule. And I know this is not a prediction. I want you to understand that. I see 3 records for the Dolphins this year if it play out good. I see a 10-7. I see a 7-10. And believe it or not, I see a 14-3. And you might say I'm crazy. But listen, their schedule is actually on their favor side. Now, if you see losses maybe against Washington, maybe, because I know Grable has beaten McDaniel and Tua. It's no longer the old guy. So, and that's the thing. Miami has to probably go 6-0 in their division. Beat Buffalo twice. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. The Jets, I think they're going to be the Jets twice. I think they're going to be the New England Patriots twice. Now, teams like that, who's going to end up in the cellar? That's a good question. I think the Jets fans the Jets fans are probably the same thing as the Dolphin fans. Their expectation is so high, and when you get a big name in your ball club, you think you're going to win it all. I disagree with that. I think Miami has to start strong and finish strong at the end of the season. Now it's too early. I'm not going to make a prediction. I made those 3 records right now because that's what I see during the schedule. Okay, and don't be surprised. I mean, they can surprise you. They got the players. They got the team. The only thing is, I'm going to be honest, is that chemistry there. If everybody, because listen, on the running back field, they're loaded. On receivers, they're loaded. Tight end, question mark. Will they pick one? I say they will. I say they will. I tell the guy I tell you I like a lot. It's Andrew from the Ravens. If he's available, that guy's amazing. That guy's big. That guy's huge. Okay, Warren, the guy we picked, not bad at all, guys. I mean, retired, coming into the league, but he had great years. Back-to-back years with the Raiders. So we could talk about it. We could predict. We could say so many things, but we don't know until the actual practice is here for the team. When they practice and we see what we got on the roster, we could talk about it. But yeah, I mean, I don't have much tonight. Like I say, I hope you guys enjoying your Thursday. We're having a tough weather here down in Georgia, so we have a lot of rains, a lot of storm coming up now between today and this week. So hopefully it could slow down because I went out there because tomorrow's my son's birthday, and man, it was downpouring. It was just bad out there. I went with my wife, and I said, "My God, that is so." I mean, you couldn't see nothing as I was driving, but we made it back home, and I took a chance now to record before I lose power. That's something typical that happens. But yeah, man, listen, I'm gonna try to be optimistic and positive. Let's keep positive. Let's believe in our team. Let's not give up on the Miami Dolphins. Right now, Miami Dolphins is being criticized left and right in the media. I mean, there's players coming left and right talking bad about the team. There's players criticizing his team. Listen, it's a business, okay? It's a business. You move on from the business, okay? Unfortunately, there's mistakes that were done down the road by Grier, by McDaniel. I say it again. Let's eliminate those mistakes. Let's start all over. Now, when I mean starting all over, we're not in the rebuilding mode. It's not going to be a rebuilding mode. This is the chance, the opportunity that the Dolphin could show the world, show especially ESPN, which, my God, another, and I'm not talking bad about ESPN, but the way they put the Dolphin, the way they mock the Dolphin, the way they think, and then you got other channels doing the same thing. Listen, we can predict whatever we want, but the season hasn't started yet. Now, we can see what's on paper, okay? Everybody sees it. We don't know yet until they hit the field. Like I said, you play together as a team, you win. You don't play together as a team, you're not going to win. I've been saying it, long ago, the National Football League, it's a hard place to play, okay? I like Miami draft pick this year. I like their youth. I like what they're doing. First time we won't see McDaniel making any play callings. So I really want to see what they bring to the table, what Miami has for 2025. And listen, looking at this roster, I'm going to say it again. You'll be surprised where we could go to with this roster. You might disagree. You might think, everything goes with how healthy is Tua. How can they protect Tua? Because that's all you hear in the media. Okay, can Tua did what he did in 2022, 23? When he led the league in passing, and can he do that? Can Tua win the MVP? I think he can. Can he throw 40 touchdowns? I'm going to say, yeah, he could. If it's not close to 40, it'll be probably 35, 37. Eliminates his mistake, his interceptions. I mean, if you give him 7, 10 interceptions a year, that's not bad at all. He has the total tools around him. I mean, he got what he needs. Yeah, protection up front is the main thing. But listen, it could be another nightmare for a lot of teams out there when you play the Dolphins. Like I said, we got a new offensive coordinator, so hopefully that could change it. And listen, let's see what happens. But anyhow, fins up for everybody. Love you guys. Tomorrow's Friday. If God permits, I could go live tomorrow night. I'll be working a lot of stuff. I remember I promised you guys the secondary. I promised you guys the whole team of the Miami Dolphins. And like I said, this is a sport channel that we talk everything here. And by the way, if you're an Oriole fan, the Orioles just swept the Mets today, winning the first game 3-1 and winning the second game 7-3. They did trade it for a draft pick, a baseball draft pick, Baker, their relief pitcher, to the Tampa Bay. So don't know yet if the Orioles will be a seller or a buyer. But guys, they're only 6 games away from the wild card. So what a turnaround for this team. If they could get healthy, if they could get the pitching back, they could make a run for the wild card. Who knows? We still got second half of baseball to go. So anyhow, thank you so much, and you guys have a blessed night. And like I say, I see you guys Friday night.